So we want to talk further on the let's proceed and talk about, I explained yesterday that we stop at update that you can update the table data. Maybe when you've entered some record there and you have issues that you want to update, so you can write update statement. But there is a alter statement too. You see all these things, you can do them graphically. So there is alter statement too.
Graphically was
I will show you how to do them graphically. So that you create table, we have a graphic way of creating table.
Okay.
That you don't need to say create table this and that. Because when you have like thousands of tables, this one do help a lot too. Alter table. Alter table allow you to rename. You can rename your table. You can change the column data type, or you change the column name. You can add to existing column. Do you understand what I just said now?
Yes, sir.
So assuming now you have where is this thing? You have to put your password.
Your password.
So let's begin with alter statement. The first thing is we can use alter to change table name. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Assuming that student, you want to name it to student data. All you need to do is alter table student. You now say rename student data. So it will change this student.
So student data.
Yes, student data.
Okay.
So anytime you want to rename your table, you can use alter statement to rename it. So let's assume that we want to add another column called state of origin. You can now say alter table. You specify the name of the table student. Now you can say add. What do you want to add? State of origin. What is the data type? You understand? It means that it will alter, it will add it. Where there is most of the time we used to specify where you want it to add. Maybe you can say after a particular column or something like this. You can say after a particular column. I don't think we even have before. You can say after ID. It means that it's going to add a column after the ID. You understand?
Yes, sir.
But if it did not specify, it's going to add it at the end of the last column you added to the table. So assuming now that you want to change the table name, so now we have a what do we have here? Do we have the name of student here?
No.
Okay, let's say we want to change this one to contact email instead of email. You understand? You can say alter table. That's a student what data. You know we've changed it to student data
Okay.
before that. You now say change. What do you want to change? Email. You give it another name. Contact email. You understand? So the data type, the new data type, I can say varchar. And if you still want to maintain the same, that's I'm giving it a new data type. But if it's only the data type you want to change, you understand?
Yes.
All you need to do is this one will still be email. Maybe this one have a length of 40 before. You want to increase it to 50. You don't want to change the name. It will be email. You understand? So there is, if you don't want a table again, there is a statement we can use to delete the table. You can just say drop. You drop the name of table. If I say drop student data, so student data will be dropped completely. There are times you want to, we had record to the table now. You want to remove the column. Now the alter table student data. You can drop the name of the column you want to drop. You understand? Let's say we've changed it to you see email. So it will drop the email column. Do we get it? You can practice all this. You just have all this. We don't need to do much. Let me just say.
So,
yes.
The same way we can drop a column, can we also drop
a database?
A row?
No. You delete from a table. We are coming from that. You see? You can drop your distance too. Drop database. In the name of DB. It will drop the database for you. I think we have a drop table. Yes. Name of the table. So I don't know what database we have. I forgot the database we created yesterday. It's just a show databases for me to see. I see that okay we have. So you can say use store. You understand? You can say show tables. I want to see the list of tables. We have student. I can say alter student. Rename student data. Oh sorry, it's a alter table student. I have to specify the name of table. Alter table student. Rename student data. So if I say show tables now, no more student. We now have student data. So everything we do here, you can go and practice it. There is no magic there. So you can add column. So you can, I told you yesterday, you can use explain student data to know whether you have so let's say alter table student data, add full name. So it means that I've added the column called full name to it. So
what if we have created another column here now? What if we now want to add data? Because we already have data there.
Yes, the data will be null. So you have to select from what? Student data. You know why your screen is like this? Okay, you can see now that the student is what?
No.
You have to update it one after the other. You see when they say my name is not coming up, you did this, then you update. So when you put the real name, what you execute at the background is update statement. Maybe when you're handling school portal, somebody complained that his email was is wrong. You understand? So all you need to do is you say, okay, what's the new email and what is your matric number? Maybe if I give you my matric number, that my matric number is this, right? I have to say update student data, set matric, no, set, I say email. If I say my email is wrong, set email equal to the new email given by the student. New email at gmail.com. And I say where matric number equal to the matric number we can copy. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So if you do select statement now, you see that you see it. So likewise you can update the name
too.
Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
So there are cases where you want to delete record from. Let me give you an instance. You can create a table like another table.
Replica.
Maybe you want to duplicate a table. So but it will only duplicate the structure of a table, and at the same time you can copy data from one table into another. So how to duplicate table structure? This is just, you know, we've renamed our table to what? Student. That means student data. You can say create how to replicate. This one will create a table that will have the same structure like this. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So it is now time to copy the data. You know, if you want to insert into a student, you say insert into student. You now say values. All you need to do is now say, okay, select from student data. Now insert into student, select all from student data. And if you want student to be auto increment time of the ID, maybe if student, you specify insert into student this, you can now say, okay, maybe select a particular field. You understand? It doesn't have limit. I'm selecting all, but you can insert into student, specify the column.
Okay, that you want to select into, that you want to insert into
then you
student.
now select that number of column from the other table.
I didn't understand that one.
Did anybody understand?
From what it says, it's like you don't want to copy the whole column.
Yes.
You want to select a number of columns. So instead of saying select star, which is odd, and just name the.
Like I said, insert into student, matric number, full name. So I can also select matric number, full name from what? Student data. It means it's only matric number and full name that will be populated from the other side. Do you understand this? I see it. if I say explain student now, can you see it? So if I say insert into student, select all from student what? Let me, before we do it, let me say select all from student, so that you see that it is empty set, nothing is in the table. I say insert into student, select all from student data. Can you see it? Can you see it? So it means that if I show table, we have how many tables now? How do we delete record from a table? That's a delete row. What we're supposed to do is we're supposed to create a Google Doc where we'll be updating all our files, so that everybody will have access to it. You don't need to copy. If you want to copy, we go there. But just remind me, our next class will do it like that. So you can delete using delete statement. So delete. You know, you've learned how to use author, how to use how to use copy, this one. So delete now. You say you can delete from a table using this statement. If you say delete from student, it means that it will wipe all the data. Do you understand?
But the table is still remain.
Yes, now it will just delete all the rows. That's what Balno is talking about. So, but you can delete delete from student where ID is equal to 2. It means that it's going to delete a record with ID 2. So you can say delete from student where this one is equal to this and this one is equal to this or this one. You understand? Part of statement we have in, we have not in. You understand? We have what? In. We have not in. So I can select, I can say, I'm not going to run this, you can run it yourself. I'm just giving you an instance. You can say select all from student where email in. You have to list the email. If I say document at gmail.com, I say issue at gmail.com. So it means that it's going to select all the record where you that has all this email you listed. So you can use any of this. So not in is still the same thing. If you say where email not in, it's going to select every record except what. So you should take note of that. I think I didn't teach this one, but I don't know if you come across
document duplicate and
you understand?
yes, sir.
So that is another way of I can say this. We have what to call searching record from the table. How do you search record from the table? Do anybody have any this question?
No, sir.
Afis, do you have question before we proceed?
God.
When you go to
He knows it. Maybe you know it.
project in that.
Yes, sir. You know more about database before.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Engineer database.
Be serious for once, man.
Assistant.
So there are times you want to fetch a record from the table. You want to do filter. You want to filter a record from the table. You know, we used to say select all from this where this one is equal to. That means you know what you want to search.
Yeah.
But there are cases that we want to say I want to search it. I want a situation where a column has this data.
you don't really know the place.
We don't really know the
But
place.
you know what you are looking for.
So you can use what we call operator like you understand? Do you get it? Like we help a lot. Shina, did you take your drug the other time?
Yes, sir.
So like really help a lot. Say for example, if I want to say, I can say select all from student where name like. If I put here,
Okay.
it means that you go to search record that starts. We don't have name like we can say full name is going to be colon. Full name like. So if you go to the table, every record that have audio at the beginning. You understand?
So this like works with searching.
Yes, when you want to search. If I put something like this, so you people should you have the video, watch. Where did I get that picture? Okay. So it means that every record that ends with audio FIN.
Okay, sorry sir. This statement in front of you is just to comment.
It's just to comment it. It is not part of it. If I want to search anywhere, it's here. Any full name that has audio hyphen.
Okay.
Any name that has OD. Have you seen a situation where you type OD, you just see pop up?
Even O, from O,
when
it
you
starts
say O,
bringing it.
yes. So you can use stuff like this for it. You understand it?
Yes, sir.
You see, we have. I will not teach you that. I will just explain to you. You go and read it. You come up with something tomorrow. In data type, we have string. Here, we have string. We have date. You understand?
Yeah.
Here.
I think we use vaka instead of.
It's string now. All those vaka, they are string.
Yes, sir.
Date, we have date.
Yes, sir.
You understand? They equally have method. Do you get it?
Yes.
They equally have method. Date have method. Go and study all the methods under the date. Go and study. Let me just show you example.
It's not in the video.
It's not in the video. It's part of what you will learn. I'll not give you much. You just go and study what we have there. Then you come back tomorrow with what you've learned. MySQL date, handling date. I think W school, TD school handle it better. You can add day to date. You understand? Select date. Normal this one will give you the complete date. So I can say select. If I have a date as a colon, let me just do little introduction. You know, we are doing some kind of record filter. If I say select department from student, You know, it will give me this. Let me first start with a string method. We call them functions, but in Java we call it what? Method. If you now this system, you have to be scrolling. Can you see all the string method? Look at the string method. Return the ASCII function, so you can click it to see how to use it. I say select ASCII. Here, there is something again, because you may, if I say, you know, we say select, or I can say select. Please, Talon put me as maybe it's there. Please just shut down. So instead of it to give it department, it will give you what? All department. I don't know if you people get it. I can select a column as. It means that the new column, it's not that it's really renamed, but the output, the header of that column will not change to something else, but it will not actually change the name, the internal name. Do you get it?
Yes.
That is what these people did here. Select ASCII this. So if you want to get the ASCII value of a what, I can say okay, select ASCII of select. I can say okay, department from. I can say from what? Student. Can you see the ASCII value? Hey, you may not need it now.
What's the meaning of that?
You may not need it now, but it's a scientific value engineering value we derive from. You may not need it now, but in later time you will need it. So look at other function. You can say character length. Return the length of a string in character. Sure, you get the gist. You get it now.
Yes.
If I say I can say select department. I can say character length department as LE from what? I hope you understand this one. This one will give you the department, but for each department, this one will give you the character length. That's it. If you calculate it now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You say that the total number of. You understand? Do you understand it?
Yes.
So this is cat length. It's equally the same thing. Do you know the concat?
The one we know is from string. Alepo.
This one too, it will lepo. Assuming now that I have a first name and last name, you can use concat to join it together. You can say okay, select concat first name, comma, put something like this.
Okay,
Space. Otherwise, it will join everything together. Do you understand it?
Yes,
Afis, do you understand it? If I say, assuming we have a first name and last name, if I now say select concat first name, last name as full name from student. You know, it will just join it together.
No space.
No space. But you need to concat the space together so that there will be space.
like string.
Yes. In case your column has 2 or more columns, So you concat them together. Do you get it?
Yes.
But
If you
this
if you bring the first name
yes,
and the last name
and last name
as the full name.
as the full name. But this one will give you error because we don't have a
Something
Something
like that.
Z function sort of contact.
Does not.
Does not
Okay.
exist.
Concat is concat. It's not contact. This is it's already tell me that function does not exist. But meanwhile it is concat.
That's not
So but
contact.
here look at the function, look at this function. Concat, it will join all these things. This one is better. You see this one is better, right?
Okay.
Because to join all these things together, put this. So you can try it here in W3 school. If you know, you now see the result. Can you see it?
Okay, the limiter will not be that.
The limiter will now be that.
Like
So
instead
that's
of space.
yes. Or you can put space. If you put space here, ordinary space, you join everything together.
Let's run.
Let's see how it works.
It will join everything together.
The first space is he here? Like before the SQL?
No, it already know that it's not going to insert it before the. It's going to be after this. Then insert one here, insert one here, insert one here, insert one here. That's why you see this one. This one is better if you don't want to use.
That
But
one is
if you
better.
use that one, so it.
That one is even better.
This one is better because you don't understand that if it is this one, it means I have to put space here.
Yes.
Too many spaces.
I have to come here
Another one.
and put another. I have to come here and put another one. But here, I will just specify here once.
Okay.
So it already know that it's going to insert spaces.
So you now put each word in
Yes,
quotes.
yes. But now you know we are putting each word. It's a column. You select first name, last name, middle name. They are just telling you, but ordinarily this should be column name. Anything you are working with, this should be column name.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go and study all other method of a string. I've introduced because why you understand this method is because find in return the position of a string within a list of a string. You understand this one.
Like
Index of all this one. If you study this thing, you understand. Insert a string within a string at a specific position. You go and try it.
to lowercase.
Uh-huh. L case, convert a string to lowercase. Other we have the uppercase too. Extract a number of characters from a string. Left.
Starting from there.
When you will see the implementation. Every method you know under, you see lower, convert a string to lowercase. We have upper too. Position, return the position of the first occurrence of a string. In a substring. Repeat as many times as possible. If you want to repeat a string, we don't even have this one in Java.
Is there undo?
No, this repeat is to replicate a string.
The reverse of
A column.
Yes, look at it now. If you study this, if you run it, it means that it's going to repeat SQL tutorial 3 times.
Okay. The number of times you specify.
Yes, now. Can I say?
Yeah.
SQL.
Space.
That's why you use concat. You can say concat. Look at it. That's why you people should understand that concat W now. I can say you should know that there's no limit.
Okay.
Select share, this is it. I can say so is it WL?
WS.
Share you get it, Shina. Sorry, I can say because you know when it repeats it won't give you. Do you understand what we did now? This one will repeat it 3 times. It's the same thing as entering it 3 times. But you want it to, as you are entering it,
Space.
put space.
Sir,
You know nobody they don't teach you this. Can you see it?
This two.
Oh, no.
Is con.
We're supposed to say, yeah, correct now. What does it now do? Now concat every of these things together. No, the concat doesn't work. You have error in our express system. But we can find a way around it to do. I'm just trying to explain something because we don't have a phone. At times, you think of this thing should work like this. You have all these things together. It's not for you to try and couple them together. There are times you test something, it will not work.
Yes.
Test it over and over again. You still reverse. If a string is extract a number of character from a string, if you reverse it, it's going to be string ig. It's going to be string a from character.
okay.
Do you understand the meaning of this?
Like it starts from the back.
Eh, Stream. Do you know the meaning of stream?
Like,
Right.
why is it-
Stream. So that you remove the while trailing from a string.
From the
Substring.
right, from
Can you
the
see
right.
substring? It's even have substring. U case. Convert the string to uppercase. Do you know the meaning of this U case? This U case may convert it to. Go and try all the method. So I've exposed you to something again. See the uppercase. This one is converting now. Let's see how this one will do the conversion. Everything to uppercase. So it's the same thing with this thing. If you say L case, if you now
If you
say
delete from this SQL, MySQL, you
Okay.
can't undo it back.
you can't do it back.
Once we delete,
Yes,
Oh Lord,
go
yeah.
on.
I'll teach you how to do backup and store. Most of the time, if you know you want to delete, you try and maybe you want to. You don't test query on live data. I've done it before. I ran into trouble.
Hmm.
I was trying to test a particular query on a live data.
Hmm.
That was why it affected all the records.
And you cannot reverse it.
You can't reverse it. I even tried to
You do up and
do some kind of. So what I would have done is I would create a table, copy the record with that table to another
and
table.
see how it will
Then
work
and
out.
see how it will work on that table.
Like what
The
we
same
do
thing you
here.
do on date on a string, you can do it on what? On date too. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Go and study all of that. What we are going to do tomorrow, we are going to talk about view. We are going to talk about more of a group, count, sum, and we are going to talk about how to create view, how to create store procedure. We have a whole lot of work to do tomorrow, and how to create view store procedure. Tomorrow is Friday. If you are able to cover this one, is just little stuff. If you are able to cover this one, then the other next class I will tell you how to join table. Senior already know the senior, you can teach them how to join table, how you create a foreign and primary key.
Then you do anyhow.
So we have to stop here.